guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a quick, or maybe not so quick, kind of speed build slash rundown of the new Barnes Bros. Now this is actually sped up quite quick. This original, probably I would say like 50% or so, because the original footage of this build is about an hour long. Yes, it is true. Gosh, that is so freaking long to like sit here and like talk. So obviously I'm gonna go ahead and do a voiceover, and I do apologize if like the speed build makes you sick. I don't know, I feel like speed builds make me sick. I don't know, maybe it's just me, motion sickness a little bit, I don't know. But I did think it'd be interesting to kind of show you guys my thought process behind my builds, just to kind of give you guys a generalized idea of what kind of goes on in my head and where I get my my thoughts from, I guess. It's just kind of cool sometimes to like also gain inspiration from other people and things of that sort while watching them build, and you know, maybe learn a few things along the way. So this house, I really didn't have any particular style in mind. All that I knew is that it needed to fit the entire Barnes clan, which is currently, as of this video, expanding. We have Zoe and Nina, both indeed prego. I needed some good-sized bathrooms in here. I think minimum I wanted was 2. At the end of this build, I was going for 3, but later in the actual part of the Barnes Bros turned it into just another room, because I forgot, hey, guess what? You have 2 babies on the way, not 1. So I needed, and then the bedrooms are really small, so I needed some room. So pretty much this house is just going to be kind of whatever comes to mind at this point. And I'm just here kind of figuring out where I'm placing everything, and that's what I like to do. I always like to start with the house with the front door, the living room, the kitchen, and then I add on from there. So as you can see, we're obviously going to do a 2-level home. It's just kind of what is necessary, and we don't have a lot of money to work with on this build, you guys. We really don't. We only had 25 grand. I kind of underestimated myself for a little bit, and then I went overboard, and then I was like, what the hell, you know, like, I don't know. I'm really hard at 2 things in The Sims: budgeting money and making my rooms a adequate size, like not too big, not too small, sort of thing. And for some reason I couldn't figure out how to exactly like extend this. I don't know why this happens, but like the rooms, for some strange reason, they get all weird. So I fixed it by just kind of dragging the walls, and I don't know, it was just kind of strange. So I decided to go ahead and actually make a bedroom up here as well. I do a lot of dragging and pulling, and kind of, it's like a puzzle to me when I create a house. I always do the outside foundation, which is probably weird to some, like the outside box, the shell, and then I go in and add the rooms, which is kind of weird. So I do like the basic shape of the house, and then I go and add the rooms. But this isn't what it looks like in the end. I actually realized all my rooms are kind of going in a slant almost. Like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? And this bathroom, is way too small. But anyways, it's just all very kind of general sketching. Like, if you would think about it as like a picture, it's sketching right now. It's what it is, sketchy, and we are sketching. So this room is actually a beautiful size, but later we kind of resize it as well. So I like to put on the roofs before I finish the interior, just so I know kind of where everything lays. I did decide to go ahead and do this roof here. I just thought, you know, it's such a weird space, like, and I'm really happy that we're able to kind of customize the roofs, how do you guys say that, to the ability we are in The Sims 4. I'm really genuinely grateful for that. So it's kind of cool. And here we are just kind of figuring out how we wanted to take shape. I actually ended up not really liking these roofs. The ones, I don't know what to call, like mansard roofs. I don't know. I went with the hipped roofs instead. I just really love the way these look, and I kind of felt like they fit with the overall structure of the house. And remember, I'm just going for kind of like a suburban home. I'm not really going for any specific like modern or type of theme. I kind of create whatever the heart feels at that point, whatever I feel, well, also what I can afford too. And right now this is just a very just generic kind of house. Doesn't really have anything too proprietary about it. But I think this is kind of like the general vibe of the roof. I like it. I suck at doing the roofs, but I like it a lot, actually. So then I think we go in and we just kind of see what we got here. On where we're going to place the windows and sort of things. So I do believe I actually wanted to make the living room just a little bit bigger. And then by doing that, I did another one of those kind of like angled roof sort of situations just to kind of make it look, I don't know, just to make it look a little nicer. And it was a little hard to kind of get these two to like stick together. I didn't, oh my God, I didn't know what to do in this kind of sense. I don't know, like, I'm going to be honest, like right now, I really, really, really am loving, and I say her name so wrong, Delicacy. I want to call her Delagrassy. I don't know how to say it, but whatever. I really love her speed builds. Like, I think she's brilliant, talented, and so after kind of watching her videos, I definitely gained a little inspiration on how I could go ahead and kind of make my homes have just a little more oomph, a little more spark to them. So I don't know, I take a really freaking long time. Like, I was having such a hard time with these damn doors. Like, I don't even know what was going on with my life. By the way, you can actually download this house from the origin, my origin account, which is Jen2606, and it'll always be Jen2606. Like, I'm never going to change my origin account. And speaking of origin, totally off topic, but like, a lot of people want to know why I'm not accepting friend requests right now. I maxed out. Like, I have too many friends on origin, and not to mention there was just a lot of times like people would kind of, I don't know, send me weird things, like weird messages. But no, but genuinely, I'm still maxed out. Like, I don't really care. I just ignore those messages. But yeah, I don't know. I really like talking to you guys on there, but unfortunately I can't accept any more friend requests. And if I'm filming it, it kind of messes up my vibe sometimes. So anyways, this is kind of what I do. I like do the shell, I do the roof, and then we're going in with the windows. I always feel like with me, I place too many windows. And for this house, I really wanted it to have a lot of windows. I wanted it to be bright. I wanted it to be inviting, but I also wanted to keep the suburban feel. You dig? Like, I really did. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just do like a long window to kind of go along the counters. Ended up hating it. I totally took this down like right after. So, like, see, I just told you I took it down. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. And I feel like the rush is on too. I really do. I feel like it's so much more pressure when you're filming it. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm texting and filming right now. I've been like, I swear, like me and my phone were like attached by the umbilical cord. But in the bathroom, I don't know. I always have this problem with the weird windows. Like, how do you guys incorporate windows into your bathrooms? Like, it just never works. Like, it has to be a full size mirror or window. And I'm like totally inviting peeping Toms in, or it just doesn't work. Like, it just doesn't work. I don't know. But we have a little roof shindig going on. And then I realized, Jen, you could place these pretty spiffy, I don't know what they're called, but they just line the roofs. And I'm still learning all of these things. Like, I didn't even know those existed until I watched speed builds. Like, I'm sure you guys might walk away with something new here too. And I'm using the, I think it's called BB. Move Objects mod or something like that. Move Objects on mod, which was, came to be available in a recent patch, and I'm using that, and you'll see me use that later on. And oh my God, like, seriously, it is a miracle that it is available. It really is, because it's helped so much in creating this build. And again, it's not as elaborate as I would have liked to have seen this house, to be honest. And the reason for that being is because, like, I just don't have a lot of money, but I do plan on, like, upgrading it and making it bigger and better and adding more decorations and things like that. But for right now, I did the best that I could do. So this is in no way like an official build. Like, it's just kind of like how I built the Barnsborough house. And then I decided to go and put some rails in on the stairs. And then I'm actually all ready to go when it comes to paint. I love paint. I, again, try to add a little color in there. Yeah, as I say that, we're starting off with gray, but I decided to add a little color. I did a navy blue. For some reason, I really associate blue and orange orange and green, but more so blue and orange with the Barnes Bros. I don't know what it is. Just something about those colors. It just really, if they could have a theme, that would be it. I decided to go with some brick along the back wall where the counters and stove are going to be placed. I just personally thought that looked really, really nice. Also, the two-tone walls with the pattern on the lower portion of the walls looked really, really cool as well. Definitely really digging the whole two-tone thing. Patterns, like, you know, being able to have one wall a certain way and then one wall another way, kind of like this, and have them tie into the original pattern that you laid down the first time, if that makes sense, with the wallpaper. And I just like it because it adds a little extra something to it. When you are spending money in your game, you definitely want to get more bang for your buck, right? So by adding and altering these patterns and essentially using almost the same thing, it just kind of looks good. Like, see how that's the same pattern, but there's the other texture there that just kind of makes it look different. I don't know. I liked it. I don't think I've seen that well, not that I haven't, not that it doesn't exist or that no one's done it in a speed build, but I haven't seen it yet, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So like, I got that on my own. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. But so I'm trying to figure out what the hell to do with these doors. At the end, like the original upload, it's going to be what you see here, but I did actually change. I changed the room to the very far left right now. Yep, that one, the little guy. And then I made the bathroom a little bit different as well. As you can see here, that actually stays the same. But that room, and then the room adjacent to that little kind of very small room to the left, this one right, nope, that one right now, I do change in the final build that you'll see in game, and that is because I needed it to be kitty corner in order for there to just make it look like there was just a little more room. So this is Ollie's room, by the way. Chris and Nina are going to be in the room right next to Ollie, so this is going to be Ollie's room, and I wanted to do dinosaur theme just because I love dinosaurs, and for some reason Ollie, he's orange. It might be his hair, it might be oh my god, it might be a little too much. His hair, oh my god, I wish I could tell you guys. I'm like having a heart attack over here. Yeah, buddy, rolling like a big shot, Chevy tuned up like a NASCAR pit stop. And for the bathrooms upstairs, they're pretty much all the same, and you're gonna see me use the wallpaper for that little room because it was that one right there, because it was gonna be a bathroom too, but then it didn't work out that way. So it's actually going to be probably either Aaron and Zoe's baby's room, or it's going to be Zoe and Nina's baby, or Zoe and Nina, no, Chris and Nina's baby or babies. I don't know yet. So outside, I had such a hard time deciding what I wanted to do, because like I loved the lower portion, like the first floor wallpaper, but I really didn't like how it kind of doubled up on top. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll just use something else. And then I didn't like that either. It was terrible. So I don't want to ruin the surprise, but I actually decided to change the house a whole different color. And it's just kind of a different color that I end up going with that actually really works. And now that I think about it, I should probably change the color of the roof because it doesn't look right with the color that I picked in the end. Actually, it looks okay. Let me see. I don't know. I like it. See, there we go. There we go. I decided to go with the cherry red. I mean, why not have a red house? Like, I love this color. It's more of like a maroon. And then I decided to do these little things that kind of like line the roof. And like, as you can see, they kind of line the top there too. That just looks so freaking cool. And it's not that expensive. And it just adds that little extra, you know, butthole kiss to the house. And we decided for the foundation, girl, we wanted to use this new kind of like brickery, I don't know what the hell it's called, to kind of line the house. And I just liked the stone. Once I get more cash, I might add more features to the house that tie into the stone foundation, but I loved it. And then I was like, okay, let's go and add a little deck or something. So I decided just to add a little porch, but I couldn't really decide on how I wanted to make the porch because, as you can see, we don't have a lot of space from the front door to the actual sidewalk. So I just went with a little nub, a little guy here, and then decided to go ahead and add a big deck in the back, which will be perfect for when we have more money, more cash, buy a nice barbecue, maybe have a pool, and just really, you know, enjoy that space back there. And then also we might actually have to add more room more rooms back there too. So pretty much the front of the house is done. I did actually just go ahead and change the fences. And now I'm adding in the stairs to the back as well. It looks kind of nice, actually, to be honest. I like it. Yeah. Did I like this? I can't remember. I literally just filmed this. I'm like staring at it like, do I like this now? I don't know if I like this. But it was really hard to like change the stairwell foundation. I couldn't figure it out. And then I was like, oh, well, I'll just add some peekaboo red to it and just call it a day. And then I decided I liked the dark wood. Oh, no, I didn't. Did I decide? No, I like that dark wood. And I decided just to kind of lay that on the front there and in the back. Because it accents against the black, or the accents against the red of the house, and accents against the white. So red, white, and kind of a darker color. And as you can see, the foundation got kind of jacked up here. I was dealing with a lot of just foundation issues and a whole bunch of jazz. Just a whole, like, what the hell is that, you know? And then it changed my wallpaper. So a lot of this part is just kind of me trying to fix everything that I just essentially royally screwed up. And my throat is getting a little dry here. So I'm just making sure like the house is all one color. And I removed the fence there. See that? You probably don't see it now, but the window in the very back of the house, the one I put in the bathroom, or actually I don't even think it's in the bathroom. I ended up removing that. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm selling. Dude, I am not. I am seriously selling some stuff right now to be able to afford pretty much some more stuff for the house. And like, as you can see, we only have, well, now we have like $14,000 to really decorate the house. And I really think, I mean, for what I had the finances for, I really love the way it came out. And I was trying to figure out how exactly I can make it kitty corner and stay, because it's one of the things I saw that I liked. Couldn't figure it out. So I was like, you know what, forget it. And I ended up like saying, screw it in the end. And like, seriously, you guys, you'll watch me play with this for like an hour. Not really an hour, but you'll see me like, I'm going back and forth. I can't figure it out. What do I do? I don't know. I don't know. I was just having a freaking heart attack with the damn refrigerator. There's a space. I was like, you know what? Try to be different, Jen. Just try. No, ain't working. And I end up deleting it all anyway. But I, in the end, do like what I decided to come up with, because at this point, I was kind of going with this assumption, where am I going to stick a table that fits 6? So I was like trying to like go around all of that, and that was a lot of my confusion. And then I realized, holy guacamole, that bathroom is huge. So I decided to go ahead and downgrade that. And as you can see, I am actually right now trying to figure out how am I going to make this kitchen fit 6 people. I do come up with a different solution in the end, but right now it's just a whole bunch of confusion. And I actually do like the way that the refrigerator is close to the door like that. I really like this angle. I don't remember if I kept it or not. That's crazy. Hold on. Let me see. What am I doing here, girls and boys? Okay. What are we doing? All right. So actually, I was like trying to figure out where I could put the table, and I was literally going to throw it outside. But as you can see, what was going to be Aaron and Aaron and Zoe's room ended up being a dining room. And then I'm like, okay, crap. Well, what am I going to do after I pretty much, give away their room? And then I think, what did I do? I don't know. I added more counters. I was going to add some like islands, and then didn't decide to do that either. So do I realize what I need to do? I think I thought about it. I was like, okay, I'll come back to that. Pretty much in a nutshell, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to get them an extra room. Like I needed 2 more rooms at this point, and I was about to have a heart attack. So I was just like, all right, well, I know that I'm definitely going to keep the bathroom where it's at. And so obviously this was trouble because of the way that the freaking window is. I couldn't figure out how exactly I wanted to do this too. And then all of a sudden, my freaking wallpaper got hella jacked up. But yeah, this is why I don't usually do speed builds lives, because if I did do it wouldn't be a speed build. But if I did this live, I would be swearing like a freaking sailor. I swear I would. I swear. I really would. All right, I'm just watching myself. I'm like, do. All right, so I decided, guys, this was a surprise, that I was just gonna go ahead and put Zoe's and Aaron's bedroom for along the kind of what is now the new dining room. And then I was like, oh crap. So I'm going to do that. But like now I have a whole new can of worms. Like, what am I going to do? And now, and it's really easy. It was actually easy fix to go ahead and just kind of, just add on that extra room. The overall situation with this roof is not very good. It's sloppily done, not because I didn't want to do a better job, but because it was actually running into Chris and Nina's room. But I don't know why sometimes the roofs get screwed up and sometimes they don't. But what I decided to do was just pretty much go with that. It gave them enough room just to fit that bed in. And I ended up liking it, even though it's just more secluded and private. I actually kind of like it. And I was like, I don't know what color to do. So I decided to go with the yellow because that's like Zoe's favorite color. And then I realized that like this doesn't even look yellow. So obviously when that happens, I had to change the foundation. A couple things I had to do. I tried to paint the stairs. It didn't work out very well. So we just decided just to say, screw it. And I think I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just try to skimp out on some cash here. I was going to go ahead and add in a bed situation, but for some strange reason, I accidentally stopped recording. So now we are in the living room and we are decorating the living room. So I'm just using some of the freebies that I got from like, I think it was a freebie, that light there. Or I don't know. I think someone gave it to me for like a wedding party, but I ended up using the new mode or the new cheats or whatever it's called to kind of sync those lights together just to give them an appearance of more lights and one stand. I really liked it, and that I did actually catch off of I'm just gonna call her Deli. Okay, I hope that's okay. But yeah, I got it off of her. So I decided to incorporate it, and I wanted to really kind of chunk up this living room, beef it up a little bit, add in some new goodies, a lot of clutter, a lot of stuff, as she put it, make it look like it was lived in. I have absolutely no issue paying homage to people I gain inspiration from. So whatever. But yeah, totally wanted to definitely make it look like it was lived in. That was a good point, just by adding in these little more personal items and things like that, like plants and books and just these little knickknacks. It actually looks like people exist there, and it doesn't look like a picture perfect home, which I'm not gonna lie, a lot of my houses are either really underdecorated or not decorated at all. And I gained so much more confidence by doing this build. I was excited. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to build, because I really want to do more speed builds for you guys. Like, I love adding variety to my channel, and you guys really got a kick out of my last one. So I figured, you know what, let's just go ahead and explore. And I was also doing a lot of playing around, because this was the first time I had used the move objects cheat or whatever. So I went in and decided to add a coat rack, some zapatos, and just kind of make it look like, the front end of a foyer, what pretty much a lot of people's homes look like. I put in a couple things for Ollie's room, because those are some of the things I wanted to incorporate. Didn't feel like looking for those later. Adding in a couple books here. And what else do we add? And we add some lights. I think I like these lights so much. They kind of really work with the house. Now, I'm not exactly satisfied with the dining room or anything. It was just the cheapest set I could find. So obviously some of the houses are more concentrated on being decorated, and others are not. But again, we'll definitely in game do a lot more. And I really like this painting here. I just think it looks pretty. Kind of ties into everything else that's in the house, because we have blues and browns and things of that sort. And so the kitchen is so empty. It really looks like, compared to the living room, a brand new kitchen. Like, it looks pretty much like you just moved in, and I love it. So we added in some of the free things, obviously, that we had, which was great. So we have like a microwave, a sink, and then we have this little tea maker thing. I think it's just a tea maker. And then I wanted to pick out a painting, just anything at this point that would kind of fill up that space. Later on, I'm sure we'll make it look a little bit better, or whatever the case is. And I think I was done with that. And then I saw like these plants, and I was like, ooh, I like this, I like that, I already used that. Then I saw this little wall plant. I'm like, yep, definitely, if anything, it needs to go outside. So this is like my favorite little accessory, or whatever, of the house. And as you can see, I'm using this cheat, and literally you can place this wherever you want. So it just kind of looks like a planter's box outside. And I really want a lot of like foliage. Is that how I say it? I don't know. A lot of shrubs and trees and bushes and things in this house later on. So I decided to go ahead and put that in. This room sucks. This room sucks so bad. Like there's like nowhere to put anything. So I actually made it work though. For the most part, I just decided to kind of play around and move things and kind of make it look like a more official bedroom set. Really do like how this room turned out. It's very simple and simplistic, hence the word simple, Jen. And I love when I use redundant words. I'm like, simple, simplistic, and simply simple, simplest, whatever. But I love this room. It's just easy. And it's really, really nice. I like it a lot. So I actually didn't know what kind of rug to pick. I did pick this one, and we stood with this one for quite a while through the build. But then I, at the very end, sneak peek, decided I hated it, and I just decided to take it down. But I'm just kind of tying in little things with little hints of red into the rest of the room, adding down some books, some napkins, because Aaron's nose is always damn runny. We've got, what else do we have? I think we ended up using a picture frame here, which would have been really, 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 really nice. Really, 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 really nice. What was I saying? Why do I do that, you guys? You should see my face right now. I'm like literally hearing like cricket, 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 cricket in my head right now. I am so... I'm so crazy. So the bathroom was pretty easy. The second one here. I think it'll be good. I think if I really, in a picture perfect world, would love to have just one more bedroom because we have 2 girls and it's just gonna be chaos. But here's Chris and Nina's room up here. I didn't want to necessarily copycat Aaron and Zoe's room word for word, but I definitely wanted to have something similar in style and nice and cheap and affordable. So I just decided to go ahead and put in some blue stuff. Chris loves blue, and I think Zoe is more of the yellow kind of person. Ollie is definitely orange. I would say Nina's pink, and Chris is blue. And did I say Aaron? Aaron is green. Yeah, Aaron's green. So it's like weird how I have colors for all these people. And Amelia's purple and red and black. Like me. Those are my favorite colors. But I like this room too. Actually, it fits everything. I don't think I had any routing issues later on it. But I decided just to add this crate of like garbage because it kind of looked like they had just moved in. And then again, just by accessorizing your room. And just little weird little trinkets and gizmos. It really kind of makes the home feel a little more homely. Like, I really love how this house turned out. Like, is it anything special? No, but it really looks nice. Ollie's room was a trick. Like, seriously, this was like when the real skills hit the fan, girl, because like really I needed to figure out how am I gonna make his room look cute. And with so little money, as you can see, like we have literally $489 left. I gave him a fishy bowl, this little light here. I decided to put curtains up. I like the little cork board. Maybe we can get some postcards in there, and then obviously his little knapsack, as my mom likes to call it, for his bed situation, or his school situation, not bed. And then I put in a rug, and I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to splurge. I'm going to make it match his damn room. And literally, I think after I add in these posters, that was pretty much all that I did. I did actually go ahead and get him a little toy box. I tried to set the backpack on top of the toy box, and that like did not work. What am I doing? Jennifer, what are you doing? Are you really? I was trying to see if maybe I could fix it, but it didn't work out at all. So that's pretty much what I've got for the house here. Okay, so I totally lied. Not done with the house. We're actually going in and adding some lights. Obviously, it's a little dark in here, kind of like, you know, a bat cave. So I don't have a lot of money to really spare. I decided to go with the cheapest lights I possibly could at this point. Outside, I definitely wanted to zhoosh it up, spruce it up, no pun intended. So the cheapest way for me to do that was to go ahead and add in some terrain paint. It's free, it works, and it just adds just a little extra something to the lot to kind of blend it in with the surroundings and not make it look so damn plain. Underneath the stairs, I did add in like this kind of, whatchamacallit, tile-esque sort of walkway sort of thing, and I'm just kind of taking a spin, kind of just deciphering what I want to do next. Decided I really wanted a big tree. I love trees. I just love, 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 love trees. And it tied in so beautifully with the little box, sort of planters boxing that that I created earlier. So that was pretty damn exciting there. What else did we do? I think that was about it. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys kind of what we came up with. What is the final result of the house kind of going in here. That's the kitchen. We have the living room over there. Living room is my favorite space. I think it came out absolutely fantastic, absolutely beautifully. I don't really like the dining room, but we'll add all that. So pretty much the whole house on the outside I love, and I loved the living room the absolute most. And I love Ollie's room too, even though it's so simple and tiny and cute. But I can't wait till our bros live in this and kind of grow into their shell, so to speak. I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build. Please don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And remember, this house is available for download off of Origin. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.